up? Back in the gym. I know, shocking. I was gonna go to a commercial gym today, and then I remembered, yeah, I would not probably wear this at a commercial gym. And also, I don't know, I just honestly don't like filming in commercial gyms. I always feel weird about it. I don't like to have people in the background, and yeah, why do that when you have a home gym? I can just do whatever I want here, and I can wear these outfits that are probably inappropriate when you're almost 50, but we're going with it. If you guys don't shop on the TikTok shop, don't get started. I'm gonna age myself here, but I feel like it's the home shopping network of the new age, because I literally buy shit from there all the time. But this is actually pretty cute. I think it's pretty cute. I mean, it does have a butt scrunch, but what doesn't have a butt scrunch these days? Anyways, if you guys go to the TikTok shop and you start buying shit all the time like I do, this is one to get. It's actually pretty comfortable. So today I have, let's just get started. I have a lower day. I have pause squats. I'm gonna do like some plyo jumping lunges. It'll go really quick today because there's only like 4 exercises, except the pause squats are gonna be brutal because I have an AMRAP set, and then I wanna say 4 to 5 back down sets. So let's go. Today is one of those days I am not feeling it. Not super motivated to be in here, but training for me is just like a non-negotiable. And I think if you wanna get better, you wanna create good habits, it has to be a non-negotiable for you as well. On the days that I don't feel like getting it done, instead of procrastinating, I just get in here the same time that I'm always in here, which is usually in the mornings, and just get it done. So we all have those days. You're not always gonna feel up to it, especially like if training is something that you're just getting into and you don't really like it. I love training, so it's not typically very hard for me to get in here, but I kind of think about, okay, if I wanted to run, which is something that I hate doing, I would probably feel the way a lot of people feel out there about working out, like it's just so hard to get motivated and to find that discipline. But it has to be a non-negotiable habit stacking. Like for me, once I have that protein shake and I have that morning meal, I know that I got to get in the gym within a half hour. So try habit stacking, see if that helps you, and just know that not everybody feels motivated every single time that they're in here. Sometimes it's just about putting the deposits in the bank and getting it done. Do you guys need to see? I get that sometimes filming this stuff and you guys watching it is probably super redundant, but AMRAP set is next. Believe my number to beat is 14 pause squats. We'll see how it goes. I'm not wearing knee sleeves, even though that maybe shouldn't matter, but sometimes it does. So we'll see how it feels. I just do not feel like putting them on. So we're just going with it. Did 12, not 14. Again, not a big deal. Not every session is gonna be a PR session, especially considering I have a low motivation day today. All that means, if you're using the app, is that my 1 rep max doesn't go up. Not a big deal. Again, you have to take the day, you have to take what the day gives you, and today it's giving 12. So we're gonna go with it and get these back downs done. Back downs are done. I had 3 sets of 8. I swear back downs are probably the worst thing to do, especially after a top set, be it an AMRAP set or you're doing like a 8 or 10 RPE or 10 RPE. Back downs just feel awful. It almost feels worse than the top set, because if you're anything like me, you work yourself up so you can get a great top set, and then the back downs just feel terrible. Nevertheless, 3 sets of 8, got it done. Next up, I have Pendlay rows. And there's a difference between a Pendlay row and a bent over row. So one of the main differences with the Pendlay row is You're starting from a dead stop each rep. You're going back down to the ground, starting from a dead stop. Your torso is parallel to the floor. Versus a bent over row, you'll see torso angles vary, and you're also not coming from a dead stop. So why are Pendlay rows good? They're great for power lifters because you are starting from a dead stop. It does help increase power off the floor for your deadlift. Highly recommend using straps. Also, it helps to have bumper plates if you're not up to 60 kilos. If you don't have bumper plates, because you do come from a dead stop, raise your barbell on blocks so that it's kind of the same level as it would be if you had just like your regular 20 kilo or 45 pound plate on there. It's gonna be that much harder to keep that torso angle to the floor if you're using really small plates, because remember, you're coming from a dead stop from the floor. So using straps, I'm gonna take an overhand grip, not an underhand grip. Remember, with bent over rows, you can do underhand, you can do overhand. Pendlay rows, always overhand grip. And also, using straps, it's not cheating. It's gonna help you control the weight a little bit better. It's also gonna help you focus on the movement instead of focusing on your grip. So. Today is 4 sets of 5, so not a ton of reps here, so I really want to make sure that I'm using great technique, that I'm controlling the tempo on these, and that I'm using really strict form. So tired, you guys. I was waiting for the non-motivation to pass, but it has not passed yet. But on to the next. 3 sets of Pendlay rows done. Now I'm doing lunges. These are so aptly called dancing lunges, but it's basically a jump lunge where you flip. Much easier with the kettlebell, but using a dumbbell because kettlebells are not here. But basically, I'll show you without a weight how these are done. Is you'll have the weight in this hand, you kind of pop together, and then switch hands. Switch hands. Great thing about the app is you can swap exercises. You can add your own exercises. This is an exercise from the BJJ app that I went ahead and added into my regular programming, mainly because A, I'm not competing, but also I love doing plyo stuff. I love feeling a little bit more athletic. I love still being able to jump, do things that people say you should not be able to do as you get older, things you kind of stop doing as you get older, which is kind of running, jumping, things like that. So anytime I get an opportunity, especially if you are competing in powerlifting and you're further away from a meet, like hypertrophy or an off season, do some plyo work. It's a lot of fun, and it just keeps you feeling young and athletic. Okay guys, 3 sets, dancing lunges, done. Heart rate's through the roof. Heart attack zone probably, rhabdo, who knows. But last but not least, well actually I have abs after this, but have hip thrusters. As you guys know, I'm a big baby. I don't like doing barbell hip thrusters because they hurt, and I actually feel like I could get more out of this BootySprout, not sponsored, but it's actually pretty good. Considering it's bands. You can also put a barbell over it and do it on these, which is like a lot more comfortable than doing it off of the floor or off of a bench, especially if you're a little shorty like me. But if not, just do it with the bands. I only have 2 sets of these, so this is just like the finisher ending exercise. So because I am using bands, I'm not using a barbell. Mainly just want to, like with anything, do this with great intent. I like to tuck my chin and then use that pee and mouth cue so that I'm like kind of pulling my pelvis in this way and then holding it at the top. And believe it or not, like, I actually feel more of a burden with the bands, but these bands actually get pretty heavy, and you can order a bunch of them off of BootySprout. I'm not really sure what increments these are, but you know, if you need more weight, just keep adding more bands. It's actually more challenging than you think. Last but not least, guys, I have abs. In the app, I have ab wheel rollouts, but I don't have an ab wheel here. So I'm gonna do some weighted crunches. I really like doing crunches with weight because the abs are muscle. I like when they have like a little bit more definition. Also, sorry guys, if you see flies in the camera, there's like a million flies and I don't know why. I feel like I'm back on the rancho and like, flies everywhere, but okay. So I'm gonna do these weighted, making sure when anytime you do a crunch that you're not going into extension where you can put your hand through the bottom. You wanna make sure that you're pulling your back, tilting your pelvis and pulling your back into the floor. I like to bring my feet up like this, pull in, and then just kind of reach for the toes. My stomach gurgling. Is the camera picking that up? Okay, I have 2 more sets of that and then gonna be done. Gonna end it here. I won't show you guys the last 2 sets, but sorry for like the low energy today. Got it done, and sometimes it's just about getting in here and getting it done and, you know, putting deposits in the bank because, you know, not every day is gonna be $1 million day. Today is a couple cents day. Today's a round up to the next dollar day. But yeah, really appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, comments, or things you'd like to see, go ahead and please drop that in the comments below. Also, join the best community. Get strong with us at juggernautai.app. You get 2 weeks free. We have some really cool updates coming. That'll be in the next newsletter. So if you're not signed up for the newsletter or the app, sign up. Sign up to both of those, that you get deals sometimes when we send out those newsletters. So go ahead and subscribe to that. And until next time, you guys, besitos. Bye.